Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What? How dare those fools of that silly college football league try to steal the NBA theme song, Corey?
You
What
can't
was
do that.
wrong with them,
Yeah,
Corey?
Fox Sports won. I don't know what was up with that. You can't do that.
You should be fired, Corey.
You
You
know,
can't.
because
What's
I think
wrong?
the
You can't
NBC,
mix that with that.
I think NBC is back using it now. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see next season, this upcoming basketball season. But there's no way you can have college and the NBA using it at the same time. It's back on NBC where it belongs. Don't touch it. Come up with something else. Hey, holla at you for a college theme song. We got people, we got resources over here. Holla at my man, Big Vito, for the
Nah,
theme song
man.
for Fox Sports. If you're listening, huh?
Huh? You know what I mean? This is the Zone Sports Podcast.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yes, sir. I go by the name Big V. I'm one half of your host. You see my boy Corey over there. You know what I mean? With the WNBA Jam T. If you can't tell, we in the spirit to talk basketball, big dog. You know what I mean? We in the spirit to talk the finals, big dog. You know what I'm saying? It's coming on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at 8:30 p.m. It is Wednesday. We are filming this on Wednesday, right before the game. You know what I mean? And with no further, look, we ain't even gonna hold y'all up. We're gonna just jump right
It's
into it.
rocking. You see
Cause
the
Corey,
screen shaking, Big V. It's going crazy over here. It's
hey,
going
look, I see,
crazy.
hey, look, I see my man got the college football 2027 effect going on with the screen, home field advantage. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's feeling like, Corey. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man,
Oh,
listen. Last time we talked, you know what I mean? It wasn't a game two, it wasn't a game three, it was just a game one. You know what I'm saying? And of course, what happened with game one, we already know. Hey, Spurs lost game one. Knicks
that's right.
took that 1-0. Game two, we know what happened. Knicks took that, went up 2-0. By that time, Corey, I was thinking sweep. You know what I mean? Get the
Ooh,
brooms out, Corey. I just knew
ooh.
it was going to be over. To the left, to the left, to the right. That's how you got to sweep. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. That's how it was going to be going down. But oh, no. Spurs came back to NYC and said, nah, big dog, we ain't going down like that. And now it's 2-1, Corey. It
Yeah,
is 2-1 going into game three. And real quick, we got to talk about game two. We got to talk about game two. Matter of fact, pardon me. I want to get to game three. Game two was peace. I feel like I still don't even know how the Spurs even just lost that with just such carelessness. And I can get into how Wemby shouldn't even be taking the ball at the court anyway. I can get into all that. But I want to talk about game three because, Corey, by far, game three has been my favorite game thus
yeah,
far in the finals. Let's just jump right into it, Corey. I want to talk about the physicality, Corey. I
yeah.
want to talk about the physicalness of this game three. Ladies and gentlemen, if you was under a rock, you missed the NBA slash NFL in the finals. It was the NBA and the International Football Court. I thought Roger Goodell was in the booth. I didn't know what was going on, Corey. Let me
Yeah,
tell you, man. The refs was letting the boys play. The
yeah.
refs was letting the boys play, and I'm here for a court. I've been hearing people on both sides complaining, Spurs fan complaining, they ain't calling that, they ain't calling that V. I know. I've been hearing people on Knicks, I've been hearing people that ain't even Knicks fans who just hate Wemby and the Spurs so much. Yo, man, they ain't calling that, man. Yo, I'm here to tell you, I hope they keep not calling nothing. Corey, I saw Wemby mush the shit out of Jalen Brown. Corey, I ain't seen no mush like that. But we're from the 90s. I ain't seen a good mush since 96, Corey. He took his whole head and went whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
And you know what Brunson did? Nothing.
He did. He tried to swell up. What you gonna do? Corey, watching
Run
him.
up and get done up.
Corey, watching him swell up from the back, Paul up his up his
In honor of, for those who don't know, in honor of Pride Month, LGBTQ, we ain't pausing nothing this month. Big V almost broke his rule, but he caught himself. Please continue. The unfearful leader of this podcast. I'm sorry for interrupting. Not so fast, my friend.
I can't even say this, but watching him swell up from the back, man, he looked like a little gingerbread man on steroids. That's what he looked like, Corey, from the back. He looking up. So it looked like he was looking up to the Empire State Building. He was looking like this, Corey, with his little chest pump. It was to the point I laughed at the same time when Beyond laughed. When Beyond bust out laughing at the same time, I'm at the crib rolling. I said, yo, he mushed you. You swole up like a gingerbread man with a steroid shot, looking up at the Empire State Building, and he grins. He grinned at you. That was crazy. I love that, Corey. I also like the fact that, yo, your boy Cornette, listen, your boy he almost got his kneecaps took out when he got kicked by, who was that, Josh Hart?
It was Hart, yeah.
Because here's the thing, Cornette, you called it straight. You did nothing wrong. The ball came down. You kind of incidentally bumped Josh Hart. He fell.
He didn't like it.
I like that he didn't like it, Corey.
I didn't think it was that bad, but hey,
here's the thing, Corey. Here's the thing. I got a personal vendetta against your boy Cornette, and I want to tell the world why. I've been holding this in.
I'm gonna see if your reason is the same as mine. Go for it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen who don't know, the Atlanta Hawks were having a thing, a joint. We want to call it a partnership. They were having a partnership, Corey, with Magic City. For those that don't know, Magic City is a nice gentleman clubs establishment. It's a legal gentleman clubs establishment, if you will, with very fine art.
Artists.
It's some artists in there. It's some art. We want to be. It's some artists in there. Because it's an art form to what people can do inside the establishment.
Preach, my brother.
And you know, if I let Lou Will tell it, the chicken wings are A1. If I let Lou Will, he wanted to leave COVID during the playoffs. Matter of fact, he did leave. He left Florida and went to Georgia to said establishment for these chicken. I'm gonna trust Lou Will. I'm gonna trust Lou Will.
This is a place for artists and fine dining. Please continue.
There you go. And your boy Cornette, he had some things to say about the partnership between these two businesses.
He has the right to do.
He has the right to do it. You do. I want to point out though, Corey, I didn't hear any of the players come out on said Spurs team or Atlanta Hawks or around the league for that matter, side with him. I didn't hear anybody else have this particular gripe with these two establishments having a partnership. Now, was the NBA involved? No, this was an Atlanta Hawks thing with Magic City. It was a joint venture, if you will, Corey.
Yeah.
I saw it as a great way to capitalize on a few things. But your boy Cornette, he ain't like that, Corey. He ain't like that. So I have a problem with Mr. Cornette not liking a great bit. Corey, that was doing the hoodies. Yeah. They had the hoodies going, Corey. I want a hoodie, Corey.
And let's also keep in mind that on that said night, the Spurs wasn't going to even be playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Please continue.
I was going to get. You know what?
Sorry for stealing your thunder, my guy.
No. This is why you are my great co-host, because I know you peep things that I peep, and this is what makes this go together. That is a valid point. Cornette has something to say about these great establishments getting together on the night they weren't even playing the Spurs in Atlanta. So you all the way in San Antonio, Texas, with your stupid nose in Atlanta business. You don't put your nose in Atlanta business. I don't like that, Corey. So I'm glad that you called Little Stray to the knee. I'm glad of that. I'm glad that the bitch almost cleared and wanted to come after you. I like that, Corey. I like that because you ain't no Bill Lane Beer. Let's be clear. Bill Lane Beer would have fought back, number one. Number two, I'm under the impression that Bill Lane Beer wouldn't have had a problem with said establishments doing business. Cause you know what? He spent time in the Motor City.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you it is some fire said establishments in the Motor City, Corey. I don't know, but I got a hunch. I got a hunch, Corey. So I don't think Bill Lane Beer would have been business blocking. I don't like. I don't. Not the Lane Beer we know.
Not the one I heard of. No.
No. So I'm glad they rough Cornette up a little bit. I like that Castle went to the hole and they was fouling Castle. He was still making the shots. Ref ain't called nothing. I love it on both sides, Corey. I love the physicality, man. I hope they keep it going. What are your thoughts on how physical game 3 was, man?
This was beautiful. You know, let's get back to the Jalen Brunson and Victor.
Yes.
Look, should it have been called a flagrant? Yeah.
Yeah.
You could potentially argue that it could have been called a flagrant too.
Yeah.
You could argue that. Was I glad that it wasn't called? Damn right. You know who else is glad that it wasn't called? The NBA. Hey, you want to know who else was glad that it wasn't called? The rest of the NBA community outside of New York and those daggone rabid fans outside of the arena that's beating up people wearing Spurs. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm going to stick to the game. I could do a whole nother podcast on that. And what people are failing to miss for the Victor Wemby haters, first of all, I love Wemby, so I may be a little bit biased. You know, no one is talking about, or not many people are talking about how much that Jalen Brunson was tugging at his jersey. I mean, and dude, it was a hard tug. And I'm not talking about a tug to necessarily restrict you from moving further to the basket in a quick manner. I'm talking about the tug on your jersey that'll knock you off balance. You're in the middle of running. He's doing some old scorpion. Get over here. See, I didn't peek that when it initially happened, Big V. I did not peek that. And so they showed his jersey getting tugged at least twice before Victor Wembanyama said, shoot, get off me, you little fly, before he hit him with the 252 K-Town mush that was felt around the globe. Yeah. This is an international game. Yeah. And so for the Victor Wembanyama haters, do you hate him because he's defending himself? Now, see, here's my thing. I've been guilty of this. Is a major flaw that I have. I've discussed this about myself on this pod numerous times. And it's similar to the NFL where someone does something jacked up, but the cameras don't catch that. They always catch the reaction. In my life, Big Vito, I've always been guilty of how I reacted to something. Because to me, Victor don't strike me as an ish starter. He just doesn't. But similar, and shout out to Colin Cowherd, I listen to him and other people brought this up. Like, even though he may not be a traditional big, he's still a big. Yeah. Shaq had to deal with it. Where, you know, he gets destroyed every time. And keep in mind, it ain't like Shaq had an outside game. All his work was done mid-range on 4. And when he goes up in there, he's getting destroyed.
Hacker Shaq, yep.
The Hacker Shaq. And if you look at the end of, I want to say it was this recent game 3, if I'm not mistaken. If you look at the post game, look at Wemby. I can't remember which arm it was. Look at his arm. See, it looks like a chalkboard from 1987. Like, he's getting held. And look, I'm glad that the refs aren't calling it because I feel like this series is going to be won and lost on the two teams, not the refs. So I'm like, yo, this is what it is. I also want to bring up what someone from the Knicks said. The name is Alvarado. He said a lot of people from the Knicks wasn't aware of Jalen Brunson getting mushed. Could have been on your own assignment. How do you not see it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I have the full court. Now, what I do know is that Victor talks, and they're talking about a sense of retaliation on Victor. Well, all right. I would impose, and hopefully Mike Brown and Coach Mike Brown and a few of the other maybe elder statesmen on the New York Knicks will let them know. First of all, the refs is going to be on this like white on rice, dog. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to get Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs back, do it during the next regular season game that y'all meet up. Because I want to bring up the point margins in these games, Big V.
Yeah.
Now, you could argue the very first game, 105-95, 10-point game.
Yep.
If you want to argue that's a blowout, be my guest. I wouldn't say so.
No.
But then let's look at game 2. All right? Game 2, a 1-point game. 1-point game. You look at the game from the other day, game 3, a 4-point game.
Yep.
I say all that to say this. If you do a tech, let alone a flagrant, it's normally 2 free throw shots and possession and the ball. Now, New York, I feel like even though this may not be right necessarily for Victor Wembanyama, but more so from a San Antonio Spurs standpoint, you're playing with house money. If you're thinking that San Antonio is not going to get back to the finals within the next 5 years, 3 to 5 years, if not sooner, you own something. New York, let's be crystal clear.
Yeah.
Y'all have not been back to the finals since 99.
It's been a minute.
And understand this. There's a whole bunch of things working your way that is not your fault, by the way. You can't help what conference you in. Look, will teams get better? Yeah. Do you catch some breaks? Yeah, that's not New York's fault. The point I'm making is don't get so set up. If I'm someone and I heard Alvarado say what he just said, oh, we got something for that. It's going to be the last time. Yo, whoa. Hold on, spark plug. Regular season, do whatever you want to do. I don't care about a meaningless regular season. If you want to do something silly in the in-season tournament, if y'all happen to meet up, so what?
This for the chip, big dog.
This is for the chip. And I get it. The 22-year-old Corey would be like, yo, man, we about to, all right, cool. Let's do something silly right here just to let them know what's up. You don't have that luxury, man. The 45-year-old Corey is like, you know what? If you really, really, really want to get back at Victor, because you could tell this, it means a lot to everybody. But man, it looks like he bleeds this right here. He wants to be the MVP, and you think he wants to get to this championship game and lose? Nah, bro. You get back by winning the championship. That's what you do.
Or just keep doing what you're doing. Listen, Cat is running Wemby over. Listen.
Yes.
Cat is 100 times stronger than Wemby. Let me tell you something, man. Wemby, 2 things have to happen for the Spurs. Wemby has to do what Michael Jordan did during that first playoff run that he was on when they beat his ass up. What was the Pistons beat him up real
Detroit.
bad?
Yeah.
And he came back, hit the weights over the summer, and was a little bit more cutter. Wemby has to do that because, dog, Cat is getting him out of the paint with his forearm.
Yeah.
That is, and if you watch that matchup, that is Cat is the main reason why Wemby won't post up.
Right.
Post up. You 7'5" and ain't posting up. It's insane to me.
Yeah. He's doing a whole lot mid-range and from behind the arc, Vito.
Dog, watch when the ball go up. Wemby might try to crash in, but Cat is right there. Boom.
He ain't making it easy for him.
He ain't making it easy for him. Mm-hmm. He will not post Cat up. He won't do it now. He is catching lobs on the whole Knicks organization, record label, and crew. He is definitely doing that.
Yeah.
He had 30-some points the other night, and I want to talk points real quick.
Corey
came on this podcast and told everybody that could listen, the Knicks are better when Brunson is scoring less than 30. When they are maneuvering the ball and everybody is touching it and doing what they do as a Knicks crew, they're going to win. They lost this game the other night. Your boy Brunson had 32 points.
Dang.
See? We
Gospel
talked
was
about when
just
he had
spoken.
less. We talked about when he had less than 20, and they smoked the Cavs.
Yeah, you're
It
right.
has to go like that, dog. And again, like I told people, this is a series based on each other's benches. I came
Yeah.
here and told y'all that. I
Yep, you
told
did.
y'all OG Kush was going to be a factor. I told y'all OG Kush is balling. They might have lost, but he ain't making it easy. That's the thing. Him and Robinson, they not making it easy for Wemby either. And another thing that the Spurs have to do in the offseason, and I told y'all, they have to get a better backup big man. Cornette, snitching ass, whatever you did down there, you need to go somewhere else. It's over. You are not a great backup to Wemby. In
Yeah.
my opinion, you need somebody rough. You're gonna have to get you a Julius Randle or something. You're gonna get on the phone with DeMarcus Cousins. Find what DeMarcus. He just won a chip overseas like a year ago. I bet DeMarcus is in great shape. If you want a guy dog, can you imagine a healthy DeMarcus Cousins?
Hey.
From what we know, DeMarcus, and again, I know time has passed since he's been in the league. But I guarantee you, he didn't win that chip over there overseas by being a slouch.
I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that.
Carl, even if you go and get Dwight Howard, game changer.
Yeah.
But you have to go get somebody. You got to get you a Drummond at the least.
Yeah.
At the least for this to work. Other than that, it's not going to work. Wemby can't play the whole game. When y'all going up against physical teams that has a Robinson and an OG Kush, you need somebody to combat that. Cornette ain't it. He ain't it, Corey.
You know, can I put a spotlight on someone?
Yeah.
Stephon Castle of the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
This guy, we always say a man's man. This is a dog's dog, dude. Like, yo, I think he's only like 21, 22 years old.
Yep.
He got like 23 points in the last game.
Hooping.
And the look, it's almost like he has that attitude of, I don't know what I don't know, and you're going to pay for that. Like, it's something about this dude's eyes where he's like grilling somebody and makes a play. And I'm jealous because I'm like, gosh, this dude would look great in a purple and gold.
You know, I want to stop right there.
Conversation.
I'm glad you said that. Because to your point of not knowing what he don't know, Corey, I don't think he knows he plays for the Spurs organization. The way he talks shit,
yes.
The way he always barking, the way he's first to get tight with somebody, that's not particular Spurs organization basketball. I think I'm with you. Lakers all day, somebody else even the Rockets. I don't think it's particularly Spurs, but it works.
It does. And I'm just like, yo, he reminds me of a younger Marcus Smart, yo. He really does. A little bit more athletic, a little bit more on the offensive side. But when I tell you, dog, both sides of the ball, that dude is a problem. Yeah. He is a problem, dude.
I told you.
I tell you, man, that guy, he got it going on. Dog. Oh.
You know, I gotta be honest, and I don't even want to do this on this pod, Corey. I don't even want to take it there. But, and I get it, but I do not like the fact that the president being at the game took away from a lot of fanfare that the Knicks have. They couldn't be outside watching the game like they normally are. And again, I'm not speaking to the Knicks fans who are beating people up with Spurs jerseys. That ain't cool. Yeah, and this is why they say that, the Knicks fan base is one of the worst fan bases in the world. Just an example.
Yeah.
I love y'all, but that's crazy. But I don't like the fact that the fans couldn't beat the fans. Like, that is a major part of the Knicks this whole time, is the fans being the fans. Even when they're in San Antonio, they're having watch parties at the Garden. They're standing outside the people. Cause listen, the tickets are already 100,000, 200. Dog, folks
Ain't
ain't
no
got that
normal
bread.
9 to 5 person
Come,
getting that arena to watch that. So
and
you got the next best thing with that watch party at Madison Square.
come on, Corey. You got, people saying how hard it was getting the building, so many forms of ID and the whole process, Corey. Like, and there's no knock on the president. He's a New Yorker. They said he's a
He's a
lifelong Knicks
fan.
fan.
Like he's talking about, he's been a lifelong fan and all that.
I just
Um,
I
and
just feel
remotely
like
to his credit, and when I say credit, I mean like a mustard seed of a credit. He was invited there by Dolan, the owner of the Knicks.
they
Or
said
what?
that's his man.
Yeah,
But it's crazy because we just sat there and we gave Dolan credit for the hiring of Mike Brown. We did, man. And this is when I give him this credit because
they
you
didn't
should
get
have
wrong.
known to not, and I'm not saying this is why they lost, but it was a mistake maybe sending that invite out. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, yeah,
you want to have the fans there for this run as much as possible, especially when you're at home. It means so much to the city, Corey. You know
yeah.
what I mean? You got the outside blocked off for miles or whatever it was, Barrack, whatever you had going on. I ain't like that, Corey.
No, I second what you said, and I don't care who likes it. I thought it was selfish. Now, to be fair, presidents have been to sporting events before, right? Like Barack Obama, he went to the Carolina and Duke game when Zion, busted out that the shoe
But
deal.
was he still president during that time, Corey?
Who Barack? I no, I don't think
And
so.
see, that's my point. When people that are in the seat don't go to these things. I
Yeah,
can't recall a time when somebody was in the seat. Barack, he did a lot of sporting events after the fact of his seating.
I think he may have went to like a first four while he was president
And
one
that's
time.
different from the
That's
final.
way different. I think that George W. Bush, he went to a couple of games, nothing like the World Series and nothing like that. Your point is taken though, Big V. You've been in New York, I have not. And the bigger deal is the logistics of it, right? Like how people say the blocks on Madison Square. I mean, it's almost similar to a side street. It's just way more packed. You can't move around like you would anywhere else,
Yeah.
or whatnot. And I thought it was selfish.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
leave it at that. Like
Yeah. I didn't like that, man. I didn't like that. Um, I know Mike Brown was mad about the refs, and I get that, and you're supposed to be. You know
yeah.
what I mean? I don't want the refs to change a thing tonight in game
Mm-mm.
4. I want them to let it be. And listen, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. They're gonna try to send your boy SoCon in there to try to do some damage.
Oh,
Because
Cisco.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he
your
gonna
boy.
I can see him going there trying to rough wind me up a bit and taking 6 fouls or get thrown out. You know what I mean? I can see them trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it is the final. You're gonna be tight about. Listen, that mush is everywhere, like you said. You can't get on your phone without seeing that mush in slow motion, regular motion. It is crazy. But here's the thing, right? I want the physicality to go on. I want to be just intense as it needs to be. My game 4 prediction though is that the Knicks win this. I got
Okay.
the Knicks doing a gentleman sweep now, Corey. I thought it was gonna go 7.
Okay.
I changed my mind. No, no, gentleman sweep. Um, and I want to tell you why. They lost by 4 points, the Knicks. And other than people may say the officiating is why they lost, I want to tell people the real reason why they lost. Mikal Bridges had a bad game.
Ooh,
That's it. I
good
want
game.
to let the people know tonight, Mikal Bridges will be on fire. By tomorrow, I will be cutting this clip up of me saying this because Mikal Bridges will be dropping a 20 piece at least tonight. I'm going to go out there and say that. As a matter of fact, I got Mikal at 18 and 6 tonight, Corey. 6 rebounds and all assists.
You can do it.
I want to put that out there. I got the Knicks win this game tonight. I want to say we gonna go. I'm gonna go 115-101. Yep. Yep.
Hey, I'm sticking stubbornly to my original pick before of San Antonio in 6.
You still got the Spurs in 6?
It's still possible. It's still now for my original prediction to happen. That means, including tonight, the Spurs will have to win the next 3 games.
Are you crazy?
Yes, I am stubbornly delusional. The Spurs are going to win tonight, 118-114. Wemby, look, he was in the park in New York a couple of days ago.
He was
doing some drawing. He is getting his zen on. Buddhism, whatever that discipline is called, I don't know what. I don't want to disrespect, so I ain't gonna talk too crazy over here because I'm already sounding crazy enough. Spurs gonna win. Spurs gonna win in 6. I'm telling you, they gonna come back. Victor Wembanyama says, "Yo, I'm done. It's over." Okay, the dog Stephon Castle, he's gonna be up in here. Cisco gonna spray his hair gray, black and gray, and he's going to perform an all-aerial assault on the New York fans outside of Madison Square tonight, solo, by himself. Will he get trampled? Yes. Will the Spurs win? Yes. Do I know what I'm talking about? No. And I don't care because I'm sticking to my original pick. And should I switch? Yes. Will I? No. Spurs in 6. They're going to win the next 3 games. And next week, Big V, I'm going to either look like a genius or, more so than likely, a grade A idiot. But I'm riding. Big V, though. I'm telling you, 118-114. They're gonna finish this thing on out, man. Got it. Spurs in 6.
I'm gonna go ahead and let my audience know that next week, we will not be discussing the finals because I'm pretty sure we'll be over. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there that we will be discussing the new NCAA football game that's coming out, college football 27. I didn't because they just started opening up about things that's gonna be in the game, and I want to come on here and I want to give it its own pod, but I can't do that with these great finals going on. But by next week, I'm pretty sure by the time we shoot another pod, because we do it once a week, y'all, finals be over. 4-1. 4-1. Hey. I don't know what my co-host is talking about, them winning 3 straight.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, man. If the Spurs win tonight,
yeah, it'll be wild.
I would be at a loss for words.
Yeah.
Because the Knicks will be in trouble if they don't get this game at home.
They got to get it.
They have to get it. Now, after this, because I know how it used to be, I know they used to play 3, after the first 2, it would be 3 at the same spot, and then they would go back to the home court.
Oh, yeah, it used to be the 2-3-2.
Right.
Now it's 2-2-1-1-1.
They got to get this one. They got to get game 4. I got Knicks tonight, man. I got Knicks tonight. Like I said, 115 or 114-101. That's what I got. That's what I got, man. Ladies and gentlemen,
we're gonna be doing it. And shout out to the Carolina Hurricanes too, man. I've been watching this hockey finals. Fire.
I've been hearing
good game last night.
I've been hearing that, man. I heard it's tied up now.
It is. They played Vegas last night. They got the same setup as the NBA.
So they go 7-2?
Yes. It's 2-2 right now. And Carolina get ready to come back home to Raleigh. Dude, I've never watched hockey a day in my life until they hit the finals. Man, dog, the only problem that I have with hockey, and I don't know if it's a TV, like a high definition thing versus standard back in the 90s. See, Big V, we grew up on Blades of Steel, okay?
Talk about it.
In the late 80s. The point I'm making is that when you swung the puck with the pass, that's all. That's one of the first sports talk. That's all he said. With the pass, you saw the puck go in the net. Big V,
you did.
Big V. Now I don't know if it's just because I'm 45. I don't know.
It's hard to see it go in the net, Corey.
Bro, I rarely ever see it go in until the second replay, which is the slower replay. That's the only problem. But outside of that, it's been fun as hell to watch. Foul? What foul? They body slam each other over there, Big V. WWE on ice. I don't look. I don't know if I'm going to be like a fan or anything moving forward, but I am at the point now that if the Hurricanes are in the playoffs, I am going to turn it on moving forward. I may even want to bring my family to a hockey game because me and my wife and Corey, we just be well, Corey, she be doing her own thing. Me and the wife though, we be looking at them like, yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's not a foul. Yo, you just put my man in the headlock. That's legal? No, but the ref ain't gonna call it. So what? Like, yo, it's pretty good. It's good, man. It's a good watch. You might want to check it out. I think the next one is going to be on tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah,
It's
my father-in-law is a huge hockey fan. He's been keeping up with it every single night, man. Every
it's
single night.
good, bro.
I bet
Tied
it
up
is.
2-2.
Hey, Carolina in the building, dog. Hey, shout out to all the Carolina teams, even if you ain't in the playoffs, man. Shout out to y'all. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
can I give another shout out? 'Cause I know we got a wrap.
Let's go.
The Carolina men's baseball team, College World Series, they advanced. They're in the top 8. They play this Friday at 2:30. Guess who's going to be watching? Because I'll be working from home that day. Me.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get. And you know what, Corey? I don't know if you used to play the college baseball game back in like the early 2000s.
I have not. I don't think I played that one.
It was fire.
I didn't
I'm
even
not
know
gonna
they had
lie.
a college baseball game for the. I would imagine for the PS2, right?
PS2,
Yeah.
PS3 type era.
Okay.
Yep. It was fire. I forget the
Mm,
name of it, Corey. It was dope.
mm.
It was really, really dope, man.
Okay.
Hey, man, bring that thing back. Y'all got NIL now. Bring that bad boy back, big dog. And, you know what I mean? And pair it so we can transfer our guy to the show. That would be crazy.
There you go. There you
That
go.
would be crazy. EA, I just made y'all $40 billion. You know what I mean?
Guy right here.
You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tapping into this podcast each and every week. We do this thing. We appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Hopefully, y'all will get to watch game for tonight. And hopefully I will be right. Yeah, and Corey will be wrong. You
Don't
know
let
what
me
I'm
be right.
saying?
Please don't let me be right.
You
Please.
know.
You're gonna hear my mouth for years.
Thank y'all for watching the show. Have you catching it? Social media, you watching the clips on YouTube, IG, Twitter, Facebook. We appreciate y'all, man, for just being the zoners that y'all are. Whether you know it or not, man, you a zoner. If you watch 3 seconds, every time you drop, every time we drop, you a zoner.
That's
You
it.
are a zoner because you are checking for the zone. All right. And if you're new or old here, that's how we end this thing, man.
Hey.